Let's take a look at this question. It says, which statement is true? And we can see here there are different equations. Some of them are multiplying by a power of 10, and some of them are dividing by a power of 10. I want to find the one statement that is true. And of course, we want to remember that when we multiply, we move the decimal to the right, to the right, to the right. And when we divide, I know that I move the decimal to the left, to the left, to the left. So let's start with the first one, statement 1. 64 equals 6.4 times 10 to the second. So I'm going to start by writing 6.4. And I can see here that the operation is times. So since I'm timesing, I know that I'm going to go to the right, to the right, to the right. And I notice that I'm timesing it by 10 to the second, which means I need to scoop 2 times. So I'm going to move 1 time, 2 times. So now my new decimal is here. It is no longer there. And what can go in this empty gap? Oh, I know, a 0. So my new number, or the product, is 640. Now let's look back to the statement. If the statement was true, it would say it equals 640. Is that number 640? No. So I'm going to cross it out. Let's take a look at the second one. 4,000 equals 4 divided by 10 to the third. So here again, I have my expression, 4 divided by 10 to the third. So I'm going to write down 4. And I notice the symbol this time is division. So this time I am dividing. And I know that when I divide, I go to the left. And I'm actually going to change the color of my pen for this one. I'm dividing, but now I have a question. I don't see a decimal point. Where is the decimal point? Oh, I know. It's at the end. If I don't see the decimal point, it's at the end. And I'm dividing by 10 to the third. So that exponent tells me I need to move 3 times. So let's try it out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's my new decimal point. It's no longer there. What can I put in these 2 empty gaps? Oh, I know, zeros. 1, 0, another 0. And I can always put another 0 in front just to help me. So my answer is 0.004, or 4 thousandths. When I look back over here, is 4,000 the same as 4 thousandths? No, those are not the same. This is a decimal number and this is a whole number. So I'm going to cross it out. All right, let's take a look at my next expression or equation. 37 hundredths equals 370 divided by 10 to the third. And of course, I want to show my work, so I have 370. And again, I'm dividing, so I'm going to write down dividing. And I know when I multiply, I go to the right, to the right, to the right. When I divide, I'm going to go to the left. And I'm again dividing by 10 to the third. So I'm going to write 10 to the third. So that means I need to move the decimal 3 times. But again, I don't see a decimal, so where would it be? Oh, I know, it'll be at the end. And I have to move 3 times, so let's try it out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, my decimal is here. I can cross out this one. And I know that I can always put a 0 in front to help me. So let's see. My answer is 0.37. And I could keep the 0 on the end if I wanted to, but I also know that I don't need it. So my answer, or my quotient, is 0 and 37 hundredths. Does 0.37 match 0.37? Yes, it does. So right now, I think that this is the statement that is true. However, I know a good mathematician always double checks their work. So let's try the last one. 250,000 equals 250 times 10 to the fifth. So I'm going to write down 250. And I know that I'm timesing. So that means I'd move it to the right, times 10 to the fifth. Now, if I don't see the decimal, I know it's at the end. And I'm going to go to the right 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I have to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. So now my number would be 250. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. That's a large number. So when I do that, my answer would be 25 million. Is that the same number that's there? No, it is not. That's 250,000. My product was 25 million. So I can also cross that one out. So after solving every question by multiplying or dividing by a power of 10, I was able to find the one statement that was true. So when you come to your question on your test that looks like this one, remember to show your work for every question. When you multiply, move the decimal to the right. And when you divide, move your decimal to the left by the exponent or the number of zeros.